Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever in the world it is that you are. Welcome once more to another live stream of Alexandra Mayer's Live, page by page, modern English version, reading and commentary of the Bible. I'm your hostess, Alexandra, and today we're going to go into the book of Numbers, chapter 29, which gets into the offerings at the Feast of Trumpets, offerings on the Day of Atonement, offerings at the Feast of Tabernacles. And that's about it. So we're going to get into that. Hope all of you out there are doing well. I have been majorly slacking on this Bible reading, which is horrible on my part. But I've known from the beginning it was going to take me years to get through this because life happens. Believe it or not, I do have things going on. And some days you feel like doing these readings, some days you just don't. And that's the reality of it. But um, I would say on a daily basis, I do see and feel the presence of God in my life. And I'm glad I do. You know, a lot of people look down their noses at those of us who believe in God and who believe in Jesus Christ. And I do specifically believe in Jesus Christ. I know some people are like, oh, that story seems far fetched, but not to me. I don't even really question it. Why can't there be a resurrection? And I'll tell you, I think some other people have resurrected also. But why is it so far-fetched? I mean, that there's just so many people who have so much argument against Jesus Christ. And I can see how some people might not want to believe for whatever reason, but it sure does feel better when you do. It just does. It just does. And I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older or what, but not every day, but oftentimes I think to myself, if I were to pass away tomorrow, are things in my life or would things in my life be left off at a satisfactory point for me? Like, have I done everything that I think I've needed to do? Is there anyone that I need to tell off or apologize to or anything like that? And more often than not, nowadays, my answer is, hey, if something were to happen to me tomorrow, I'm all good. And that's a great feeling too. And I didn't used to feel this way, but I think I feel this way nowadays simply because um, I basically have an unshakable faith in God and in Jesus Christ. I know I'm going to heaven. And every day that I'm here, I feel like, well, God obviously needs a set of legs and, you know, able bodied hands down here to get some stuff done. So I'm game. Give me an assignment. All right. I'll do my best. That's how I feel. So that's great. And I know not everybody feels that way, but I definitely do. And I just kind of feel bad for people who don't believe in Jesus, you know, because they often do seem to be some of the most unhappy people. So anyway, let me go ahead and look at the chat because I wasn't looking at the chat before. Hey Timmy, hope you're doing well. I'm glad you like to come in here. And I'm not even going to read what this person is saying because this person, I don't even know why they go from like channel to channel that are my channels just to try to harm me psychologically or spiritually because it doesn't work. It just makes them look like what they are, a demon. So, anyway, I'm feeling great. I'm really feeling great. And I think I want to start finding some videos specifically about like obscure facts about Jesus or something. Or maybe I'll make my own videos and start doing some live streams revolving around that. I think that would be a good idea. Oh, I wanted to say welcome to a new listener that I'm aware of is listening to my way back archives of when I first started this project. I don't know her full name, but she goes by Tiffany Wears T-shirts. Thank you for listening to my readings and commentary. It's always interesting to me when people let me know that they're listening to this project because it means a lot to me. And I feel like if somehow this project is going to familiarize more people with Christianity to where they feel like I do and they have the kind of faith that I have in Jesus, then maybe that will make this world a bit better. Because I do think if more people knew about Jesus, Christianity, and God, there would be less crime. More people would not feel the need to overindulge in illegal street drugs and stuff in order to feel better. They'd probably be nicer to one another. I just think the world would be better. So I don't know. I'm actually kind of reaching a point in life to where I'm considering, strongly considering, going to another country as a missionary. I think that might be something I do in my later years. We'll see. Anyway, let me start reading this. I guess I did enough of my little monologue for the day. So here we go. The Book of Numbers, chapter 29. Offerings at the Feast of Trumpets. In the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you will have a holy assembly. You will do no ordinary work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets for you. You will offer a burnt offering as a pleasing aroma to the Lord, one young bull, one ram, and 7 lambs in their first year without blemish. Their grain offering will be of flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for a bull, and 2/10 of an ephah for a ram, and 1/10 of an ephah for one lamb, for the 7 lambs. Also, one goat as a sin offering to make atonement for you. Besides the burnt offering of the month and its grain offering, and the daily burnt offering and its grain offering, and their drink offerings according to their rule, as a pleasing aroma, a sacrifice made by fire to the Lord. Every time I read about these burnt offerings, I get the taste of delicious barbecue in my mouth. I really do, because that's in a way what this is. The Lord loves barbecue and a Mediterranean diet, as do I. I'm visualizing flour tortillas, some sort of olive oil, some sort of red wine, and lots of barbecue lamb, beef, goat. Mm. Back in those days, if you're able to work in the temples, that's where you need to be. Offerings on the Day of Atonement. You will have a holy assembly on the 10th day of this 7th month, and you will afflict yourselves. You will not do any work on it, but you will offer a burnt offering to the Lord as a pleasing aroma. Oh gosh, you know what? If I was a millionaire, or a billionaire, probably just a millionaire, but if I was a millionaire, I would open a barbecue chain and I would name it A Pleasing Aroma. A Pleasing Aroma. That's what I would name it. All right, so again, what you're supposed to offer is one young bull, one ram, and 7 lambs in their first year. Be sure they are without blemish. Always got to be without blemish. Their grain offering will be of flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for the bull, and 2/10 of an ephah for one ram, and 1/10 of an ephah for each of the 7 lambs. That phrase rhymed. 3/10 of an ephah for a bull, and 2/10 of an ephah for a ram, and 1/10 of an ephah for each of the 7 lambs. Yeah. Also, one goat as a sin offering, in addition to the sin offering of atonement, and the regular burnt offering and its grain offering, and their drink offerings. And the drink is not specified. Could be water, could be wine. As we all know, later on when Jesus appears, he turns water into wine. I guess that's really all you need to imbibe. Mostly water and a little bit of wine on occasion. Offerings at the Feast of Tabernacles. On the 15th day, on the 7th month, you will have a holy convocation. You will do no ordinary work, and you will keep a feast to the Lord 7 days. And you will offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire as a pleasing aroma to the Lord, 13 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 lambs in their first year, without blemish. And their grain offering will be flour with oil, 3/10 of an ephah to a bull, and 2/10 of an ephah to each ram, and 2 rams, and 1/10 to each lamb of the 14 lambs, and one goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering. On the second day, present 12 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 lambs in their first year without blemish, and their grain offerings and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs by their number according to the ordinance. Also, one goat as a sin offering, besides the regular burnt offering and its grain offering and their drink offerings. On the third day, present 11 bulls, 2 rams, 14 lambs in their first year without blemish, and their grain offerings and their drink offerings for the bull, for the rams, and for the lambs, by their number according to the ordinance. And again, also one goat as a sin offering. So on the fourth day, the amount of bulls is lessened by 1. Same on the 5th day. Same on the 6th day. Same on the 7th day. But on the 8th day, you will have a solemn assembly. You will do no ordinary work on it, but you will offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire as a pleasing aroma to the Lord, 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 lambs in their first year without blemish. Their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bull, for the ram, and for the lambs will be according to their number, according to the rule. Also, one goat as a sin offering in addition to the regular burnt offering. So on the 8th day, everything drops to 1. The last day where you had multiple bulls was the 7th day. These things you will do to the Lord in your set feast, in addition to your vows and your free will offerings, as your burnt offerings, and as your grain offerings, and as your drink offerings, and as your peace offerings. Moses told the children of Israel everything according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. And that's the end of the book of Numbers, chapter 29. Next time, we will go into the book of Numbers, chapter 30. The law about vows. That should be a good one. I might read that one later tonight. Well, no, not tonight. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Because it's short, but appears to be very to the point and informative, which is the type of chapter I enjoy the most when it comes to the book of Numbers. So, anyway, everyone out there, thanks for listening. Have a great day, and I'll be back again another time. Once more, I'm Alexandra of Alexandra Mayer's Live, page by page, modern English version, reading and commentary of the Bible. Bye bye.